Hi everybody, Amy Belster, your post-secondary counselor here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the SuperMatch feature on Naviance. From the home page, click on the Colleges tab up in the upper right, and then just on Home. And SuperMatch is one of the first things you see under the Find Your Fit category. Go ahead and click on that. Now, SuperMatch is a pretty amazing tool. You can put in a ton of criteria in all these different areas you'll see at the top. And as you choose your criteria, Naviance will filter colleges that fit those. So, for example, if I start with location, there's a couple different ways I can do it. I can search by state or region, or I can search by distance. If you say search by distance, it will allow you to choose, 250 miles, 125 miles, whatever you want to do from your zip code of 60048. So you can get really specific that way. If you choose by state or region, you can say, I want to stay in the Midwest, and it will automatically put those states in there if you're interested in the West. But let's say Alaska is just too far. You can just click the X, that'll take it off the list, right? You can see Naviance is filtering all these things as we go along. You can also indicate if you're interested in an urban, suburban, or maybe even a more rural environment. And as you go through each of these criteria, it's going to give you different options. So most of you are going to look for a bachelor's degree, and you can put in your major as well. I'm just going to go with accounting because it's easy and fast, but if you want something specific, make sure you put it in there. What's cool is you can also search by minors. Now, minors are programs you would maybe have in college that don't require as many classes. So you can look for schools that have those kinds of programs as well, right? Now, you'll notice a box that says search for institutions that have all of my selected majors. So if you say I'm interested in accounting and marketing, for example, you can make sure that the school offers both. Same thing with minors. All right, we can go on to the next one. Now, Naviance is going to populate your GPA, and if you have a test score, it's going to put it in there automatically. You can put in a variety of things here, but as long as you have those, that's great. If you don't have a test score, don't worry. It'll just sort by your GPA. Now, student life is the next one. You can look for specific types of clubs in their list, or just type in, I want to do concert band. I want to do Greek organizations, things like that. Greek life, you can suggest whether you want to do that or not. So you can say, yes, I would like to have that available. Study abroad, Reserve Officer Training Corps, if that's something of interest, you can put it in there as well. The next category is diversity. So you can say, I would like my school to show some diversity. You can also look at historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, Hispanic serving, tribal colleges, and LGBTQ and I schools as well. You can also look for schools that have a specific religious affiliation if that's of interest to you. Many students will check co-ed, even a high international student or out-of-state student population. You can see it gets really detailed. Institution type, you can look for both 2 and 4 year, or you can look for just one of those, whichever you want. For this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and say just 4 year. I recommend you search for both public and private as you start, and keep this checked if you're looking just for nonprofit institutions, which are the majority of colleges and universities. Average class size, you can actually put it in there. And then student body size, I think this is pretty important to as well for you to get in here. I would suggest maybe you start with undergraduate students only, and then check the categories that are interesting to you, depending on what you're looking at. I'm going to just, for this purpose, I'm going to just check those. And I'm going to say, yes, I want to live on campus. Now, obviously, if you're looking for something really specific, you can put that in there. Sometimes that might narrow things down a little too much, but Naviance will still pull things up. Cost is the next one. And that actually gives you a chance to say, okay, I want to put in maximum total cost of $40,000, for example. And then it will also ask, if you're looking at public universities, what's your home state, so that it'll put that in. You will be able to see the in-state cost for Illinois schools. And if you have an average net price for your family's income, put that in too. It might be interesting to see what comes up. Athletics. Now, this is both for if you are interested in participating in athletics in college, or if you are more of a spectator. So if you want to maybe watch football because you love college football. Go ahead and put it in there. Say I want it at a varsity level. Here's one of the things I really like about this, though. You could put in club. That's a very cool thing because Naviance will search for colleges that offer club water polo, club lacrosse, club gymnastics, whatever it might be. And we'll put that in there. Resources is things like special support programs. This can be useful if that's something that you're looking for. And finally, groups. These are groups that we have put in that might be like Big Ten, military academies, schools that offer a co-op program, the Midwest Student Exchange, and it will sort the colleges based on that. All right, once you get all your criteria in, then you'll notice you have must-have criteria and nice-to-have criteria. So let's say I really want accounting, but remember I put in marketing as a minor. I can say that's really nice to have, but it's not a must-have. So I can move it over there. Greek life, I'd like to be in a sorority or fraternity, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's put it in the nice to have. So you can move things over one way or the other. And again, Naviance will continue to sort based on that. So this is kind of important. I've got a list of colleges now, and you can see a fit score here. The fit score is saying, 87% of the criteria that I've listed have matched with Wayne State University. But I might be curious to say, well, what didn't match? It will tell me that out of all my must-haves, the one thing it doesn't have is what I listed for athletics, and it didn't have my minor. So it's good to see that information just so that I have a sense of how strong a match it actually is. It also will list academic match. I can see how it fares with students from Libertyville who've been admitted to Wayne State in the past. You'll notice each of these columns, sometimes they have highlights, for example, but not always. Highlights are like, do they have a video on their profile page, student spotlights, a virtual tour, that kind of thing. Cost. This is interesting. You can see the out-of-state cost for Wayne State, which is a public university in Michigan. What's the room and board cost? And here you can customize. So I might say I want to put in institution characteristics. That's a good one. Average class size, the number of undergrads. I could also change up a column if I want to and show, let's do admission information. So I can see the acceptance rate, what the application fee is, etc. Now, if I'm looking at the list and I go, wow, Kent State, that really is a good fit. I'm interested in that. I can favorite that. Now it's just like Instagram. If I click on the heart, it's going to add it to my list of colleges. So it makes it really handy to do that. I've already favorited a couple of these. And if you click pin to compare, it will add the school to this list up at the top so you can pick out the ones you like the best and have them available to compare side by side. So it's a great way to start learning about a school. SuperMatch is a good way to just start narrowing things down a little bit. Just remember, you just want to click on that favorite button and it will take you there. All right, once you've done that, if you really liked the search, you liked the criteria that you put in, save your search. So you can just type in the date or whatever you want to do, name it however you want to. I'm going to just put in test search and save it. That way I can go back and see that list of schools at any time, or you just start over. All right, guys, have fun with this. Remember, you can go deep into a college's webpage from here, and I'm going to show you how to do that on another video. Great. Have a good day.